Everyone's talking about the red wave that never was and how election night delivered some surprising wins for Democrats. But one of the most liberal cities in America, where homelessness, number of tent cities have skyrocketed, homicides nearing a decade-and-a-half high, and where gang-related robberies with victims followed home and attacked in the streets have terrorized local residents. A six-term Democratic congresswoman who built a reputation on progressive values, is heavily favored to win, is now trailing a much more conservative billionaire who only recently joined the Democratic Party in order basically to run in Los Angeles. Yes, L.A. After years as a Republican and independent, when you have a tried and true endorsed progressive like Karen Bass in L.A. potentially losing to a much more conservative challenger in Rick Caruso, who's never held public office and only registered as a Democrat just before the mayoral race, tells you a lot about the state of our country and of the desire across the country for political moderation. Hollywood elites should have hate this guy, right? And yet, there's some of the voices endorsing him. Kim Kardashian, Snoop Dogg, Katy Perry. Not surprisingly, they're getting roasted by their more liberal fans. Look at these tweets to Perry after she posted a photo of her casting a ballot for Caruso. "We feel disappointed. We didn't expect this from you. You're dismissed." And Katy, "If what you did is true, I'm going to be sad and disappointed." Caruso went from trailing Bass in the polls by 12 in August to now holding a slight lead over her, a lead that's gotten slimmer with some new results. We have just gotten in some updated numbers in the last half hour showing he still has a lead, 50.25%. As you can see there, it is something like a 2,500 vote lead, but he's still ahead with 59% reporting. Now, suffice it to say, this is a surprise to the Democratic establishment there. Bass should have been a shoo-in, and instead she might lose. And we talked about it on this show. Some Hollywood liberals who voted for him didn't even want to admit it. Brian Lord, one of the heads of an elite talent agency, put it this way before the election. He said, quote, "They believe he's the right person for the job, but because they're Democratic or women or want to be supportive of Bass, it's difficult for them. I can't tell you the number of people who tell me I'm voting for him, but I'm not telling anyone." Seems he may have been spot on. Joining me now is Liz Habib, host of the Death of Journalism podcast and a former LA TV news anchor who's lived in the city for almost 20 years. Liz, thanks a lot for coming on the show. Appreciate it. All right, so how much of a surprise or not is the result right now in Los Angeles, and why do you think this is happening?
Oh, Dan, it's a surprise. And you nailed it. You really nailed it. A guy like Rick Caruso, right? A white male, a billionaire. This guy is so anti-LA Democratic establishment that in the past there was no way. Just the fact that he is this close to Karen Bass, whether he pulls this out or not, is so significant. In the political landscape in Los Angeles, this is an earthquake that has happened, and it's a big earthquake. And Dan, the way he did it, he spent his way into this, and he spent his way right into the Hollywood elite. And that's what's gone on here. You can't turn the TV on in Los Angeles without seeing Rick Caruso. There's an estimate out there that he spent $100 million. He's keeping the LA media in business with that kind of money. Now, I think that number's a little high, Dan. I don't know if he spent that much, but people, you named it. You gave the list. Katy Perry, Chris Pratt, Snoop Dogg, Kim Kardashian. Karen Bass, she mustered up Rosario Dawson and Mark Hamill. But in Los Angeles, that celebrity matters so much. So he has become a media darling. He's ingratiated himself with the Los Angeles media, and he's become a celebrity himself. So the Hollywood elite is willing to accept him now.
Liz, look, you're very connected in Hollywood and Los Angeles. Did you get the sense that there were people that you knew, liberals, who wouldn't admit that they were going to vote for Caruso?
There are liberals who wouldn't admit that they didn't want to wear masks, and you better believe there are liberals who won't admit that they voted for him, but they want change. You know, when Katy Perry went to the polls, she said, LA's a hot mess, and everybody knows it. There are tents on the streets where everybody lives. So yes, Dan, you've nailed it. It is such a shift in the political headwinds that no matter what happens here, just the fact that he's that close could be a blueprint, not just for California, for the rest of the country.
Thank you for watching. Go to NewsNationNow.com to find NewsNation on your cable provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.